Go.
So the exercise that's so popular recently is a plank, side plank and regular straight plank. And I'm going to do this exercise on the ball, so you're increasing the difficulty by making that surface under your arms unstable. So again, make sure if you're not feeling very comfortable with it, you may want to put the ball in a corner or against a chair or against the wall, something a little more stable so it's not rolling in and out. You put both arms on the ball like this at the top and bring your feet back. And your goal is to keep as straight of a line from your head to your heels. Okay, and just hold this position. Now again, I am not sinking through my shoulder blades. I am lifting myself way up. I'm not sinking through my lower back. Make sure you keep your butt up. If it's a little too hard, you can lift your butt a little bit higher, but this really, really works your abdominals. If you want to make it a little harder, go ahead and lift one leg and hold it for a count of 3 to 5, and then change and hold for 3 to 5. Change, hold, and change, hold. Okay. And we're going to move on straight to the side plank. And for side plank, I definitely use something stable to put the ball against. And in this situation, I'm using, could be a wall, it doesn't have to be something that holds the ball all around, but just something that the ball can sort of lean against. And I'm putting my forearm with my elbow on the ball, and I'm stepping away from the ball, okay? Straight position, you can put your arm here, you can hold your hand behind your head, and again, try not to sink in, you're just holding this position. If you want to make it a little more difficult, go ahead, just remember you want to be really, really stable, so find that position that's really, really stable on the arm. And then, like in a regular plank, you can go up and down a few times. You're going to feel the oblique, especially on this side. If you're doing the right side, it's the right oblique working. Make sure your body is in a completely straight line. And again, I'm just going to do 8. Try not to sink through your shoulder blade. And then when you finish, just hold it for a count of 10, or as long as you can maintain that. Okay, next exercise, I'm going to call it roll in and outs on the ball, or roll outs on the ball. And 2 ways to do it. You can do it on your knees, which makes it a lot easier, or you can do it on with your legs straight, your feet on the floor, on your toes. Okay, so let's start with the easier version. I'm just putting a little mat to protect my knees. You can use a towel or anything else. And I'm going to put my hands, my arms in a plank position and just bring the ball out forward so that, and I actually try to keep my feet off the floor because it's a little less stable. This will make it a little bit easier. Okay, and make sure again, from your knees to your head, you're one line. You may want to start a little lower, and then straighten your arms and bring the ball in as much as you can. If you can bring them all the way out, that's great. If not, just to here, that's okay too. But your abs are doing an enormous amount of work trying to stabilize you in this position. So just make sure your lower back is not arching. If it's stressful to your lower back, it's either too hard for you, or you just need to bring your butt up just a little bit more to protect your back. Okay, and again, 12 to 20, depending on your strength. And extend your arms. You're actually going to have a little bit of your lats working here, your shoulder stabilizers as well. A little more advanced version of the previous exercise, roll in and out plank on the ball. So we're starting a plank position. I like to keep my hands together. It keeps me a little more stable. I'm getting into that straight plank position, and then I'm bringing my arms in and out. Little small range of motion. Is very hard to really straighten your arms, but trust me, your abs and your arms, actually everything is going to work really, really hard. I'm on my toes. Try to engage your quads. My legs are straight. Okay. And I'm going to bring my hand into the position that it should be in. Never like this. Again, I'm just looking in the mirror trying to make sure that I'm showing you correctly, but your head should be in line with your spine. All right. Start small. You can extend the range as you get stronger. And one more variation of that plank with your arms on the ball. We're gonna do little circles, right and left, and then we're gonna try to do a letter, or rather number 8 on the ball. Okay, very small range of motion. Make sure your shoulders are very, very stable, so try not to sink in, push yourself up, engage your core. Same position here, hands together, and you're just doing, let's do 5 circles each way for the sake of time here. Then stop, reverse. Okay, that's 1. Now we're gonna try to do letter 8. Okay, that gets a little tricky. I know it doesn't look like an 8, but that's really what I'm doing. Okay, and stop, and then I'm reversing. Trust me, I feel my legs, I feel my abs, especially my lower abs, my shoulders, my back. Everything is working here. And last one. Okay. So, slightly different exercise for the abdominals, most of your obliques. You're gonna have your hands on the floor, like in one of the previous videos where I did a push-up on the floor with your legs on the ball. You're going to grab the ball between your legs. And again, if you're just starting, if it's not easy for you to do, I would put the ball somewhere between your knees and your calves. If you feel stronger, you can take the ball further away from you and just grab it with your ankles and your calves, or just your ankles. You're going to engage make sure you keep your legs straight. You're going to engage your inner thighs to hold the ball together. You're going to hold yourself in an upper, sort of an end position of a push-up with your arms straight all the time. And your arms and upper body is not really moving, but you're going to rotate your lower body and trying to touch the floor with the alternating feet. So again, you slowly get on the ball, one leg first, then your hands, the upper leg, then slide the legs out to the side, squeeze the ball, and slowly rotate it to one side till you tap the floor with your foot, and then the other. Now try not to rotate your shoulders very much. Don't move the feet away from the ball. You just rotate. Now this requires a lot of strength in your obliques. It looks simple, but if you do it slowly, again, you stop here in the middle. If you do it slowly and correctly, doing 12 is going to be challenging. If you can bring it up to 20, great. I'm going to do 12 here just to show you, because it's a little harder movement to get. Over, and last 4. And slowly get up. 2 more exercises. All the abdominals are working here, but especially your lower abdominals, which are underworked most of the time. A lot of people do crunches, constant crunches, and work on those upper ones, but it's really the lower that give you that nice look of flat abs, especially for women. So we're gonna get into the same position, top of the push-up, arms straight on the floor. You're gonna get on the ball, and you're just bringing the ball, keeping your upper body very stable, bringing the knees towards your chest, and then rolling them out. Make sure, again, you're not arching your back as you roll the legs out. Bring them as close to your chest or to your belly as you can, and hold at each end position. All right. So as I inhale, I bring the ball in, and then out. I squeeze my glutes, hold that position, bring my legs in, extend, hold. Now, throughout the whole exercise, make sure that you're not sinking through your shoulder blades. Okay, you push yourself really high up, hold those arms straight. Your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, everything is working to hold you in this position. So you're not wasting your time by using correct form on the arms, and this way you're not going to strain them either. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 more and we'll move on to the last exercise. Okay, and again, remember, it's not about the amount. Many people think that they have to do 1,000 crunches. If you do 12 to 20 of this exercise, but you do them really slowly and correctly and let your abdominals contract in the meantime, in between the crunches or the movement itself, you're really going to feel them. And it's much better than doing 50 with that form. And the last exercise for abdominals, mostly lower, similar to the one we just did, except you're going to keep your legs straight and roll the ball towards you with your feet. So a lot of lower abdominals, a lot of core altogether. Arms as usually are working by keeping you stable there on the floor. This is a really difficult exercise. If your lower abs are not very strong, you may not be able to come up as high as I come up, which is absolutely fine. And at the beginning, you might want to have someone next to you just for security reasons. It's not a dangerous exercise. It's just, it's very hard for you to actually see how far you're coming up so that you have some feedback. And again, super slow, stop at the top, stop at the bottom position, and hold it for a split second. Same position to start. And I'm just keeping my toes on the ball. Just my toes and then moving the ball towards me with my toes. And I'll stop here for a split second and hold the contraction. And again, here my abs are working just as hard, just trying to hold me up in the air. Hold, and then hold again. Squeeze your butt as you extend your legs. You want to make sure your butt is tight. Protects your lower back by holding the abs in and the glutes tight. Your whole core is working enormously in this exercise. And one more. And slowly get up. Perfect. So keep these exercises within 12 to 20 repetition range. You don't want to lift too much weight. These are not exercises for improving your strength tremendously, for increasing hypertrophy and building big muscle. You can get really toned, you can get much leaner, you will improve your muscular endurance for sure, and start with lighter weights, for sure, lighter weights. Make sure you can stabilize correctly and that nothing is hurting, all your joints are stable, you can hold the positions that I showed you before you move on to full range and increasing the weights.